So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who have been invited along to the call tonight to see our product offering from Zinzino, this is a big welcome to you. And importantly, that it's really designed for our customers and our prospects who want to have a look at what we have on offer at Zinzino. Zinzino is a 15-year-old company, and it's having astounding growth around the globe. So for us, it's been a real revolution, a wellness revolution, because it's catching the attention of people on a global level. And more importantly, it's actually a solution to one of the problems that is also going around the world at the moment, which is a nasty little virus that keeps on hanging around. So it's something people are now looking to improve their health, to improve their whole wellness, and especially the immune system. So it's a very important thing to be able to do that and not worry about all the things that's going on in the background. So as I say, we're in the UK, so it's I'm a diamond in the business in Zinzino, and it's, as I say, my pleasure to take you through the presentation today. So bear with me, I'll just need to. So science and technology are developing at probably the fastest rates of human history. We know more about nutrition and wellness than probably ever before. And yet we're still finding that the health challenges that people are experiencing are still increasing. Well, we have to ask the question why that is. And it's, in my view, it's, I think we're kind of overeducated and we're just not taking the advice that we're actually seeking. So why are we finding it necessary to supplement our diet these days? And you can, kind of a number of things, but here's, I feel, why. We have an ultra processed diet, a modern processed diet. So what we're eating is actually affecting our whole health. And so it's making sure that we actually eat correctly to actually improve our health on many areas. And depleted nature of the soil that we actually grow our crops in are actually now have insufficient nutrients within it. So those insufficient nutrients have to be, backed up by additional things, nutrients that they have to add to the soils to actually improve the crops. Linus Pauling, who you can see here on the right, is a two Nobel Prize winner. And he said you can trace every sickness, every disease, and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. And so those deficiencies can actually, kind of reflect itself in your health. We're also having greater exposure to toxins, pollutions from cars and other toxic sources. And I'm sorry, Steve, could you just check the waiting room? I can see that 6 people waiting.
Yeah, I am flying through them. Thank you.
Okay, my apologies. So we're, as I say, we're greater exposure to toxins and pollutions from cars and other sources. And one of the things that I feel that I've noticed whilst we've been in this lockdown situation is the fact that we have had clearer skies. And so we know that the difference has been quite dramatic because of the lack of aircraft in the air and the cars on the road. So we know that this is really creating a lot of problems for our health because we're having to accommodate these toxins. Modern day living also means higher levels of stress. So it's, lots of people, they're working hard. They're trying to make sure that they have everything for their families. And it's causing a huge amount of stress because they're working probably a lot longer and far harder than they maybe should be. So what can we do about it? Well, we know that we're made of 100 trillion cells, and these are constantly renewing. And I love this picture because it shows you the ins and outs of the different cells in our body. And every single cell is reliant on certain things, but around every cell is a membrane, so a skin, if you like, and that contains, amongst other things, fatty acids, and that's where the omega-6 and omega-3 are really essential. So the unhealthy cell that you see here at the bottom left you know, it's only allowing certain amount of nutrition to actually be absorbed into that cell, and it's only allowing some of the waste out. Now, what happens is when we have too much omega-6 in our body and too little omega-3, the cell membrane becomes hard and impermeable, so making it very difficult for anything to enter and anything to be excreted out. So that's an unhealthy cell. On the right-hand side, we have this healthy cell. And as that balance of omega-6 is in the right ratio, that cell membrane becomes soft and permeable. And the fact that it's soft and permeable means that your nutrients from your food and your supplementation can actually enter the cell fully, and all the wastes are able to come out of the cell. So it means that it's a much healthier environment for your body. So our results show that 95% of us in the UK and in fact Europe are in danger. Now I heard our co-founder Hilda saying a few weeks ago that she actually said it was 97%. That's astonishing. 97% of us are in danger of being out of balance. So how do we find this out? Well, also you've got to understand that it's because of what we're eating. That's the main thing. And so we eat far too many omega-6s within our diet. And we went back to that modern ultra-processed diet that we mentioned earlier. And that really is the key thing, in my view, that we're eating on the run. We're, you know, kind of when someone's been working all day, the last thing they want to do is go back home and have to cook a complete meal from scratch, home cooked. And maybe they grab a ready meal because they've got limited amount of energy and they're tired after a long day at work. So they tend to maybe reach for a ready-made meal that they can just pop in a microwave, which I personally hate because it just kills the food anyway, any goodness of the food. But it's what we're eating, all those things. So the processed foods like the McDonald's or perhaps I shouldn't, burger bars and chicken bars and things. So where people are eating ready meals, and so much fat in them as well. So this is really causing a real amount of problems because there's too many omega-6s in there. Lots of different oils that we probably shouldn't be using, and processed breads, refined flours and things like that. But we're eating a lot less of those omega-3s. And the omega-3s is what we need to be eating. So the avocados, which I absolutely adore, I should say. And if I had my way, I'd have avocados twice a day. But seeds, nuts, lots of salmon, oily fish, all those things are really important. So we've got this imbalance of omega-6 and omega-3, and those levels, those low levels of omega-3, we need to rebalance those. And because we're consuming inadequate amount of polyphenols, or which are the antioxidants in our diet, then our body's not getting rid of the free radicals that actually are, you know, kind of cascading around our bodies. But we've also got very low levels of vitamin D3. So all of these things contribute to having an inflammatory body as opposed to an anti-inflammatory body. So we really want to reduce those inflammatory markers that the omega-6s kind of exacerbate. So I love this picture, the tip of the iceberg. Well, that's where we want to be and we should be, which is our ratio of 3:1. Now, I thought I was there. I really thought I was there. Having taken an omega-3 supplement religiously for 30 plus years, I thought I was going to be very close to the 3:1 where I should be, because I thought I was doing everything possible for my body, the right things for my body. At the outside, I thought, well, I may be nearer the 7:1, which is designed really, that's the ratio, the average ratio for people who do take an omega-3 supplement. So I was horrified when I tested, and Nigel tested, my husband, and we were well into the danger zone. We were in that red zone. In fact, we were nearer to that national ratio of 15:1. And unfortunately, it's just like, that was a real shock to me. We should be 3:1 or thereabouts, or better. So falling into that danger zone, we know that the danger of an iceberg is not on the surface of the water, it's underneath. So, you know, we're looking at the underneath of this. So this is where we want to be on the top, but we have to watch out, and we need to redress that balance from the iceberg underneath. So as of today, I had a look at just a little bit earlier, Vitas Labs. Now, Vitas are an independent laboratory based in Oslo that actually do our testing for us. We're just another customer for them, but probably their largest customer. So at the moment, we've done 523,932, so nearly 524,000 tests. That's astonishing. And out of that, only 5% of those people have actually got that ratio of 3 to 1 within Europe. So that's a very small amount. And the ones, as we said, who do take an omega-3 supplement have actually got that average balance of around about 7 to 1. But the majority of us have got that, 75% of us have actually got that average ratio of 15 to 1 or maybe worse. But the great news is that it's very easily redressed. So after the test and after taking the Zinzino balance products, people have actually redressed that to 3 to 1 or near to 3 to 1 within 120 days. 120 days is quite crucial because that's how long it takes to change your blood. So our blood changes every 120 days, whether we like it or not, whether we look after it or not, it's changing constantly. So this is quite a reasonable checking to see after 120 days how it's improved. So this is my test report. So at the time I first took the test, which was 28th of May, that was last year, my 63 ratios came back at 14.4 to 1. But what horrified me more was the fact that my protection from my 11 fatty acids throughout my system were giving me zero protection with the EPA. So that's really quite worrying. And then the cell membrane fluidity, look how high it is. It's 10.7, it should be 4.1 or 4 to 1 or lower. And the mental strength should be 1 to 1, and it was 3.6 to 1. So all these things were actually having an impact on my health. I then tested 87 days later whilst I was doing a roadshow with Dave and Marco, and I decided to do a test, and I came back, so not even 90 days, came back at 4.4 to 1. So I'd already dropped from the 14.4, which had horrified me, to 4.4 to 1. I was overwhelmed at how quickly it had changed, but look at my protection levels. It's gone up to 49%. And my cell membrane fluidity, that's where we were talking about the softness of the cell, the permeability of the cell, how was much, much softer, so improved on all counts. And the cell membrane, my mental strength had actually reduced down from 3.6 to 1.7. So that in itself means that I was getting an awful lot more mental clarity. I was being able to concentrate that much more. And I felt that was a big impact on me. And I should say that as you can see here, I suffered a heart attack 2 years prior. And that was one of the reasons that we were actually even looking at an omega-3 supplement. Because remember, I'd been taking one for 30 years and I thought I was doing the right thing for my body. So I had actually dismissed anything else, taking anything else. So for me, this was a big, big decision to make. And also seeing the results so quickly gave me such confidence in the product all over. Then I did another test at 123 days. So that's, 123 days. So that's the kind of average time that people would normally do one. And I wasn't quite in balance. So I'd come down to 3.6 to 1. But my score had gone up, my protection score had gone up to 72%. I was absolutely thrilled to bits. And again, my cell membrane fluidity continued to drop as well. And also my mental strength had actually dropped again. So I'm nearer that 1 to 1. And then I did a final test back in April. And this one, well, I was just blown away by the results of this. So the difference, as you can see, from that first, all those reds, which were pretty horrific, to the greens, and then my final 6:3 ratios came out at 2.4 to 1. So I am thrilled to bits that I have considered myself to be completely in balance. Still got a couple of points that I can improve on. So like the cell membrane fluidity is not 100% there yet. And also my mental strength's not 100% there. So 1 point there and 4 on the other. But the rest of it, all green. I'm thrilled to bits with it. What it's enabled me to do is being able to, first of all, reduce my medication that I was on after my heart attack, and then stop it after 4 months. So I've now been drug-free now for 11 months, I think it is now, 11 coming up 12 months. So for me, I'm a very happy person that I'm not taking any medication. Why is our product so different? Well, first of all, it's the combination. And, you know, I thought that as I said, I was doing the right thing, taking an omega-3 supplement, and I was taking a pure fish oil. So I thought I was doing the thing for my body that it needed. And in fact, it was a complete and utter waste of my money, which annoyed me because I 30 years of spending so much a month for two of us was, you know, it was quite a costly experience. So for this, to see such a change in both of our figures in such a short amount of time was astonishing. So this combination, we've got the omega-3s, and those come from the algae, fish oil, and also we've got an additional of polyphenols. Polyphenols come from underripe olives, so that the olives would be absolutely disgusting to taste, they'd be so bitter, but that's when the polyphenols are in abundance within the product. So it's cold pressed, they're organic, it's just an astonishing product to have. But it's also got added vitamin D3, and that's in there to make sure that it stays fresh throughout the whole journey. And it needs to take around about 24 to 36 hours to get to the cellular level before actually going to work into the cells. Most products are actually gone rancid and completely useless, which is obviously what I had been taking, in a matter of hours. So not actually getting to do the goodness it should have done. We're actually respected by Informed Choice and also halal, GMO-free. We're Friends of the Sea. So they've done everything to make it as sustainable as possible. We also have a patented vegan product. So for those people who are vegetarian or vegan or to prefer to use a vegan product, we have a patented vegan a balance oil, which is exceptional as well. So what sort of things can you expect? Well, the whole thing about this was wanting to make sure that it's, you know, if you, with those amounts of DHA and EPA, you're going to be able to get normal brain function, normal heart function, which was very important for me, but in normal immune function. I can't think of a better time to be wanting to improve your immune system right this minute, so that we do not have to worry about the other problem that is around us at the moment. In addition to that, we have these other 18 health claims which we are allowed to say about omega-3 and how it can improve all these different areas. And I'm not going to pick on all of them. For me, the normal blood pressure, normal triglyceride levels, reducing cholesterol was really important to me, having had a heart attack, because I knew that my heart was inflamed or in an inflamed mode, if you like. But literally from anyone from pregnancy, from conception, right the way through till we leave this planet, everyone needs our product. And we know that 95% of the people are out of balance. So everyone is our customer. Everyone is is needing this product. And it's just, I think it's just such an easy, simple way to readdress any imbalance that you may have. So it's about finding your number. So what do you do? So find your number. We have a balance test, which is a home-based test. So people can do it in the comfort of their own home, prick their finger, drop it onto a little card. You keep a special card number. Here's one that Nigel did earlier, a couple of weeks ago. And you keep this off, tear this. You then register your number on zinzinotest.com. And once that's been analyzed by Vitas Labs, they will send you an email, as long as you put your email on there, and they will send you a report, and it's a 10-page report, so it's a very in-depth report. And all the time that you're doing this, we would suggest that you take the balance oil, and we've got various different balance oils, which we'll go through in a few minutes, and make sure that you're taking your product to make sure that when you test 4 months later, remember we said at 120 days that you can actually retest and see the improvements that you've made to your body by just taking a balance oil, or maybe some of the other products too. We even have a money back guarantee for those 5%ers. We said about being in 3-to-1 or better on their first test. So if someone tests 3-to-1 or better on their first test, as long as they have a monthly subscription with our program, then they have the opportunity to have a money back guarantee. So it means that if you come back in balance, then you actually don't need our product. Your diet is sufficient enough to do that. So what you're doing is working fine. And we don't want people to use our product just for the sake of using it. It's really just making sure that the people who need to redress it can. So here's a little bit more about our balance oil. We've gone through a little bit of that. It's that premium blend of wild natural fish oil, sustainably farmed as well, making sure that we actually catch it ethically. It's high in omega-3s, the EPA and DHA. It's got those added olive polyphenols, and it's also got that vitamin D3 to keep it pristine throughout the journey through your body. So the balance oil actually is there to protect the cells from that oxidation, that rusting, if you like, and adjust very safely the body's omega-6-3 balance. But it's also supporting normal brain function, heart function, and the all-important immune system. So we've got 4 different flavors at the moment. So we've got the grapefruit, lemon lime, and then we've got the orange lemon mint, we've got lemon, and we've also got vanilla as well. On the top, you can see 2 different ones. So the one on the left is the patented vegan product, and that comes in a 300 ml bottle now, just been upgraded to a 300 ml bottle. And also the Aqua X, which is a water-soluble one. So this water-soluble one is fantastic for people who maybe don't like the texture of the oil, or for children who are a little bit fussier. I know that my grandkids are a bit fussier, so that's what they take. And they mix it with a smoothie, or you can put it on anything effectively. Mix it with water or juice or into a smoothie, so they don't even notice it. So there's lots of ways you can disguise it, but it's also great for elderly people who may not like that texture of the oil. So it's a superb selection of products. We've also got Ascent, which is a capsule version as well. So that's, if someone prefers that. Ascent is fantastic, by the way, for when you're traveling, because it means that you don't have to take the bottles and you don't have to worry about them leaking. But so we've got some of each. Extend is one of my favorite products. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago, we ran out of it, and I knew that I had an order arriving, so I didn't reorder it. Within that, literally a week and a half to 2 weeks, both of us said, my knee's aching again. I'm back on it again, and I'm pleased to say that the aches have gone again, literally within 3 days. So we've kind of doubled up on the amount we were taking for a day or so, and then it back down to normal amount. This is an amazing product, and it's designed to work synergistically with that balance oil and also the xenobiotic. So it's 23 essential vitamins and minerals. It's got the micronutrients, the phytonutrients, and it's got that purified 1.6 and 1.6 beta glucans, which are derived from baker's yeast. It's a vegan product. It's amazing. Gives you more energy. Helps your immune, joint function, and bone function as well. So improving your bone density. Also improves your immune system. All sourced 100% natural ingredients, which I'm very, very proud to say that any of the plus products that we have are 100% natural. And there's 45 approved health benefits that we can say about this product itself. And it provides a real comprehensive program of nutritional factors that you need for tissue growth and repair. So this is really important, especially if you've got sports damage and things like that. It's a great product for sports people too. And then Xenobiotic. Now this is Nigel's favourite product, I think. And Nigel's for years has suffered a little bit with his gut, and not horrendously, but enough to cause issues every now and then. Within a week of using this product, he's never had any problems since. Absolutely loves this. So it's something you mix in water. You can actually put it into cooking as well. So you can add it into sauces. You can add it into baking. So if you're baking cookies or something, so if maybe you don't think the children would actually take it naturally in water, but if it's in a cookie, they're not going to know any different. So, but you can use it in there. So it's not affected by heat, which is fantastic. And it's a dietary fiber, improves the healthy, improves healthy bowel function. And, there's so many issues with people with bowel functions. And I know that there are so many people with things like IBS that are affecting people much, much younger, Crohn's disease, much younger, again and again and again. But it's quite often it's down to the fact that they've got a very, very imbalanced gut health. So this can also help balance cholesterol, which I wanted it for. Helps balance blood sugar, so may help with people who've got type 2 diabetes. As I say, healthy bowel function and regularity, if you know what I mean. It gives you a colon like a gentle cleanse. So it's a lovely product, and the three together work really, really well. It helps balance out your microbiome. The nice thing about it is it doesn't take very long to take effect. So 24 to 48 hours, you can completely change the health of your gut with this product, which is so quick, so quick. So Viva is another product that I love. Viva is a combination of Afron, which is an extract of the saffron. It's high quality saffron, and it's got B vitamins, iodine, vitamin C in it as well. And it really helps contribute towards the relief of mental tiredness and fatigue. So it also helps promote better sleep. I think promoting better sleep, if you have a good night's sleep, then you're usually fit for the day. And I sleep well most nights, but when I take this, if I've been tired for whatever reason, I make sure I take 2 of this at night, and I just get the best night's sleep, and it much, much deeper as well. It also is very good for helping relieve stress. And there's been a lot of people who've actually been saying, especially at this time, we've all got so much extra stress. So stress of not knowing whether you're going to go back to a job if you're in work, or if the kids are going to go back to school, or perhaps you're just stressed out of the fact that you're having to teach the kids at home. All these things. They've created so much stress within these last few months. So this really helps promote a much, much more positive mood. It's an amazing, amazing product, and completely natural again. No kind of excipients that aren't synthetic. They're all natural. And then we have Protect Plus again. It's vegan vitamin D3, boosting your system. Again, the beta glucans from baker's yeast, all natural, GMO free, vegan. Again, this is fantastic for improving your whole system. And they do tend to overlap a little bit. So one can do, the extended can do one thing, but the Protect actually will just double up on that. But if someone's got a low immune system, this really might be well worth a while taking. And it's, again, a superb product. We also have Skin Serum. I haven't got one down here. Skin Serum is my favorite product. I've come from a beauty background and had beauty salons with my daughter, or our daughter, for many years. And we probably tried every product on the market when we were looking for products with, that we could trust and recommend to our clients. So I was I was a bit shocked actually that they had a skin serum in the range. And I asked him why, and he said, because you're looking after the inside of your body, and that reflects on your outside of your body. So it will improve the hydration naturally with the oil and the other supplements. But then why wouldn't you want to improve what's happening on the skin surface? And if Paul Clayton's anything to go by, he's in his 70s. He certainly doesn't look 70, and his skin having seen it close up, is exceptionally good. And this product works brilliantly. It's a serum that you use twice a day, morning and night, and I absolutely love it. It's not drying. It's got all these amazing ingredients like squalene. It's got the beta glucans, again, which help with the protection, repairing with copper heptapeptides and the beta glucans again, and then rebuilding calendula, which is an anti-inflammatory agent, and hyaluronic acid, which is hydrating agent. And all these together really tricks the skin into thinking that it's got to naturally produce more collagen. How clever is that? So I love this product. So we've also got weight management as well. So we're not a diet company, you know, we're not out there to say this is the only way to lose weight, but this is a way that you can actually manage your weight, especially when we're on the run, when we're busy, that sometimes you need something to eat, but you don't want to go and grab something that's not so healthy. So we have these 3 products. So we've got the energy bar, which I absolutely love. That's a vegan bar, very chewy, it's really tasty, and nuts and seeds in there, very, very good. And then we've got the protein bar, which is great for people who do a lot of exercise or need to, you know, kind of repair their system after having done exercise. But also the protein shake has actually got our xenobiotic in it as well. So it's a very good way of improving your diet, but also it's not overly sweet. We've got 4 different flavors. We've got 2 vegan or vegetarian products, and then we've got 2 which are not vegetarian, but you know, just really simple to take. They mix brilliantly in water. They also mix with milk if you prefer, but they really are very filling, very, very filling, and they work. So it's about making healthy choices as opposed to reaching for a packet of crisps or a soggy sandwich from the gas station, from the petrol station. So we've mentioned before about the health protocol, and the health protocol, which, as I mentioned before, is the oil, the extend, and the xenobiotic. Those 3 products together give you the best journey, starting the journey. So making sure that you actually get the best results in the shortest amount of time within those 120 days. So for me, it made sense. If I was going to do this, I did it properly, and I addressed all 3 avenues, if you like. So, as I said, the oil looks after the balancing the system, balancing out your omega-6-3 balance, restoring your gut bacteria to a good bacteria basis, might improve microbiome with the xenobiotic, and then the boosting your immune system with the extend, which is obviously a nutritional supplement as well. So these 3 things work synergistically together. And obviously we have additional products as well. So maybe someone would, who, if they want to get better sleep, may add on the Viva as well, or maybe one of the other products. But it works incredibly well. So I'm just going to take you through the prices for the balance oil, which is the basic balance oil test kit, and also the health protocol kit. Now the balance oil test kit actually has got, the box comes, you get 2 months supply in your first box, you get 1 test, so you get 2 months supply, which is going to each of the 300 mils, by the way. If you're an average of 65 kilos, the large oil will last you a month. But sometimes you need a little bit more if you're a little bit heavier. So you may need to add an extra one to that if you're much heavier than that. But then that first test is sent with that starting order. So that's going to give you 2 months supply. Now that would normally, if you were buying it at retail, would be £328. And they discount it by 60%. And the price that they offer it to us as customers is £132, plus a small amount of shipping. And then after that, you have a 6-month subscription that you're actually tied into, but that subscription is taken monthly, but you would get your product order every 2 months. So that first 2 months is going to last you for 2 months, and then you get your next one 2 months later. So it's, and you would get the fourth month, you get your next test, so you can retest your your balance, your ratio. And it's exactly the same with the health protocol kit. So the health protocol kit, exactly a 2-month supply of those as well. The first test is sent with that start order, and then it's delivered automatically after 120 days with month 4. But that would normally be £430. And again, that's discounted by 51%. And that gives you a price of £210 plus your shipping as well. And then you've got your 6-month subscription, which is £66 a month plus a small amount of shipping. So you're going to get your shipment every 2 months, as we mentioned before. So it's a very simple way of doing it. But it's, it's just such a simple way and cost-effective way for customers to be able to access the products, to ensure they get the best out of it. And when I look back at the price that we were paying for our product, for just our products, our omega-3 products, it was way more than £66 a month. So very cost effective, as I say. So behind this, we have a scientific board, and heading that is Dr. Paul Clayton, who's the formulator, and he's got an amazing background in, kind of the finding out about the pharmacological effects of food and botanical ingredients. He's such a well-respected person, so we couldn't have anyone better really to head us up. And along with Dr. Angela Rizzo, who's done a huge amount of research of lipids. She's a professor of biochemistry in Milan, University of Milan, and she's done a huge amount of research on ADHD and autism and how omega-3s affect that and improves that. So again with Ola Eid, we have a fantastic scientific board. So making sure that we have the best products available to us as partners and as customers as well. So you're also able to get your products for free. Now, I like free. I don't know anyone who doesn't like having free product. And how do you do that? So as long as you've got your own subscription for your Zinzino products, so maybe you've chosen the health protocol, or maybe you've chosen just the basic oil. So whatever you have done, as long as that is 4 times their orders total, 4 times your own order, then you would get your product for free. So you'd only pay for the shipping. So that's a fantastic thing to me to, just to recommend to friends and family, and to be able to be able to get your products for free. I think that's superb. We have an amazing little app on our phone, and this little app here, it's you can see here, I press this every day. It gives me a point. So I've actually been on here for 439 days now. And so for me, it keeps track. You get points for each time you click it. And you can, if you're doing a certain amount of steps each day, then you can also benefit from getting free shipping as well. So once you've gone over a year, you'll actually get free shipping as well. So fantastic. It's a very, very simple way. And I think it's very important for people to download that app. It's a free app. But it's important because whenever you start a new regime of nutrition supplementation, I think it's so easy to forget things. And so it's like, have you taken your oil? Yes, I have. Oh, I will now. So you make sure you take it. And so as long as you take it on a daily basis, click that little button to say you've taken it, you're going to get a point. And there'll be specific customer benefits as well. So after certain landmark points within there, they're going to offer product offerings as well to you as to keep you engaged in it. So it's a very sensible little app. My product story, well, I kind of touched on it a little bit, and that was to say that I had a heart attack when I was 64. So it's over 2 years ago now, and I was just, kind of, sorry, 63, I was up there. And so for me, I ended up having a heart attack. I ended up with 3 stents fitted, and came out of hospital with this massive box or a bag of drugs. It was bigger than a suitcase. And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "That's your drugs." And I went, "I don't really do drugs." He said, "You do now, love." So you know, I kind of felt, well, okay, I know that I've had an operation. I had my 3 stents, and it was just making sure that I protected those. So that was the most important thing. I said to him, can I do anything alternatively to improve my health? And he said, no, you're on drugs now for life. I said, okay. So when I met with Paul Clayton, that was one of the things I asked him. I asked him, is there a way that you can, you know, will it help with my coming off my drugs? And he said, oh, I think I can get you off those within 6 months. Well, I'm very pleased to say that I managed to do that within 4 months total. So 3 months, my blood pressure had dropped to a very, very much lower amount. And I called Paul and asked him, and he said, yeah, now you can start reducing slightly. And I did that over a space of a month. So I did a month of reduction, and then I've been off that now. So almost for 12 months in total. So for me, it's been life-changing. I'm not saying that everyone's going to have the same results. Everyone's individual, we know that. But it's, you know, kind of talk to your health professional and say what you'd like to do. So making sure that you connect with someone. But the other thing that I noticed was, first of all, literally within 4 to 5 weeks, I'd had osteoarthritis in my knee for some time, and taking the Extend, and I'm sure it was a combination of the Extend and the oil, it had helped reduce the inflammation so much around my knee. There was no pain anymore. And I still haven't had any pain until 2 weeks ago when I ran out of Extend. And now I've redressed that and we've got it back again, so it's no problem. But it's but what a difference to make so quickly. So yes, I found my hair grows so much quicker, my skin's improved, just so many things have improved for me. And I hope this has inspired you enough to go back to the person who has invited you onto the call tonight, to ask them to help you get started so that you can start your journey. Probably the most important thing, and you know, a lot of people have said, well, I don't really want to do a blood test. Do the blood test, really. It's a tiny, tiny prick on your finger, doesn't hurt. It's just, you know, a couple of seconds. But that, to me, was the most important thing, because it gave me a baseline to work from. The fact that I had that baseline, I knew where I was, I knew where I needed to get rid of the drugs that I was on. I'm not the only person who's had amazing results with it. Yes, there are so many testimonies, and you know, I'm proud to say that I'm working with this company where other companies don't have that opportunity. They don't have that opportunity to test. There's no testing facilities. So we are unique in this respect. So go and get yourself tested. Get yourself on these amazing products. So the balance oil, the Extend, I would always recommend the Extend, the balance oil, and the Xenobiotic as the 3. If you're able to afford it, then I really think it's definitely worth your while to do. So for your time and attention tonight, thank you so much. My name is Sue Booth. I really hope that you've enjoyed this presentation, and I hope to hear your story sooner or later. Thank you so much. Take care. And thank you for all your kind comments.